before we even start this video, there's no way that you can prove me wrong. Josh Allen's about to be the MVP, whether you like it or not. Yo ho ho, Da Mafia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Da Mafia Report. Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially in week 1 of the NFL season. It was a long and dreadful offseason, but football is back. Football is back. My preview video for the Bills and the Steelers should be dropping tomorrow, but I did want to really touch on some news that has been circulating around the NFL for the past couple of days, and that is the fact that Josh Allen is inevitably going to win MVP this year. Say, for example, that he stays healthy and he continues to add on to the progression that he has so far within his career and right into 2021, it's essentially going to be a shoo-in. And in this video, I at least want to give you a couple of reasons why I believe that this is a cold, hard fact. Finally, Buffalo, we have a quarterback that we can be proud of, and the rest of the NFL is starting to take notice. But before we get into it, I do want to give a giant shout out to today's sponsor, and that is MyBookie. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know all of you are gambling degenerates. Don't deny it, but say that you're going to do so. MyBookie is the place to place your bets. In fact, this week, MyBookie is running this special, particularly within the Cowboys and the Buccaneers game. If either team scores at all, you will win that bet. Little do you know, there has never been a 0-0 game in NFL history since World War II. So what most people might define this as is easy money. And so it's not only this game, I would say MyBookie is probably the best application to put in any type of your sports bets, whether or not that is through the NFL, Major League Baseball, the National Hockey League, the NBA, you name it, MyBookie is where it is at. And as long as when you sign up for the platform and you put in promo code DM, they are going to match whatever you invest. Essentially free money for you to go on ahead and start gambling on some of your favorite teams or teams that you think are going to give you a solid return. So whatever you're doing, do me a favor and download MyBookie today, and let's make some cheddar, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Da Mafia. So honestly, when I decided to make this video today, I almost knew anybody that's not a Bills fan that's watching this video right now is just like, oh my God, this homer over here. Of course he thinks Josh Allen's going to win MVP. I did not just pull this out of my ass. I'm legitimately just going off of what the media has been saying about this guy, and I just so happen to agree with the vast majority of them. In fact, I was actually scrolling through the internet a bit earlier today, and I found an article from Jeremy Fowler from ESPN when he was talking about why he believes that Allen is going to be a shoo-in for MVP this year, and this is what he had to say. And there's some sneaky MVP buzz around Josh Allen right now because I've informally polled some execs around the league about who they think is going to win the award. With Josh Allen's name has come up a lot because this is a guy who's in a great offense, a team in contention. I'm hearing Allen has been a lot better at mastering the nuances of the game, the pre-snap protections, all those things you need to win at the quarterback position, and he's going to have the ball in his hands more than Luka Doncic. This is a guy that they're either going to pass or run probably more than 700 times or around there this year. So he's set up to potentially win it. I'm sure Patrick Mahomes and those gentlemen will have something to say about that though. When I read this, it seems like the rest of the NFL is completely on notice. And right now, when it comes into the beginning of the season, let's be honest with ourselves. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are when it comes to football. No one knows what the talking about. Nobody has a crystal ball. No one knows exactly how somebody is going to perform in the 2021 season. Rookies, veterans, you name it. However, I am inclined in agreeing with Jeremy Fowler right here when it comes down into Josh Allen. And there's a couple of reasons why I think so. Number one is going to be the pure continuity that Josh Allen has within his offense. Now, there has been a bunch of head-scratching conversations of how the hell Brian Daboll has not had a head coaching job in the NFL. I was shocked. I was fully anticipating this guy to be the head coach of a team this year. However, he is coming back. not only is Josh Allen going into his 4th year right now under the exact same offensive coordinator, but he's familiar with the system. He is super comfortable with exactly how Daboll ends up running his offense, and this is the absolute perfect environment for Josh Allen to continue to go into his 4th year. He knows what it is. To be completely honest with you, I would have been significantly nervous if Brian Daboll were to leave and to see how Josh Allen were to adapt into a new system. However, now that we have him for his 4th year with Daboll calling plays, at this point, I feel like Josh Allen is going to be amazing for years and years on out, regardless of who the offensive coordinator is going to be, because of the experience that he has been able to collect while working under Daboll at this point. Number 2 is hands down weapons. Okay, let's be honest with ourselves. The Buffalo Bills have a quarterback's wet dream when it comes down into wide receiver options. So we have Stephon Diggs, obviously the best receiver in the NFL. Cole Beasley, widely slept on, fantastic route runner. Gabe Davis, the toe touch swag, 2nd-year wide receiver who is going to be, in my opinion, a very interesting target for Josh Allen this year. And then, of course, Emmanuel Sanders on top of that, who, in my opinion, is just a slight upgrade from what John Brown was last year. Between him, Beasley, and Diggs, we are looking at a route running clinic that is going to be going on in Buffalo. Now, you can all say what you want to say about our tight end room. We do not have very good tight ends. But at the end of the day, the Buffalo Bills really don't look at the tight end situation like most other teams do. We don't need them. With a stacked ass receiving core, that's essentially all we need. When we looked at Josh Allen play the Packers this past game with the preseason, lining up 5 wide, I legitimately had a raging boner the entire time I was seeing that go up. It is impossible to cover. It is absolutely impossible to cover, and Josh Allen ended up proving that to all of us, that he can completely dissect any defense out there. I mean, I'm talking this dude was a surgeon out there this past week, and I'm fully anticipating to see this throughout the regular season as well. Number 3 has to go with just overall the offensive line. The offensive line, when it comes to continuity, that's the overall theme when it comes down into the Buffalo Bills. The offensive line has been absolutely tremendous. They've been protecting him, and teams are afraid to rush Josh Allen, and they're also afraid not to rush Josh Allen because they know that he can beat them, and because he knows that. And so defenses know that he can beat you in a variety of different ways. All in all, Josh Allen is completely set up to completely dominate this league, not only bring home the MVP, but win Buffalo their very first Lombardi trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, I am nearly convinced that Josh Allen is going to win the MVP. In fact, I'm pretty sure you could probably even end up putting a bet on my bookie if you wanted to. I'm definitely feeling that. Dom Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another edition of the Dom Mafia Report. I'm going to be dropping my Bills-Steelers preview video tomorrow, so stay tuned with that. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Smash the out of that like button. And before I let you go, you better always remember, let's go Buffalo.